culture is the way we interact. Fish have water, humans have culture. We swim in culture. You can't get out of it. You can't step out of the culture and dry off with a towel. It's not possible. You can move from culture to culture, but you can't get out of it. Examples. Have you ever felt excluded in a social setting? Ever been afraid to ask a question? Ever remained silent when you knew the answer to a problem? Have you ever had someone steal credit for something you did? Have you ever been ignored in a discussion? Have you ever been rudely interrupted in a meeting? Have you ever felt that you were the target of a negative stereotype? Have you ever faced retaliation for challenging the status quo? Have you ever had a boss who asked for feedback but didn't really want it? Have you ever been publicly shamed or made fun of? Have you ever been punished for making an honest mistake? Now, here's the last one. Have you ever been made to feel inferior? Now, this is not an exhaustive list, but it's a pretty good start of examples of punished vulnerability. Now, based on the empirical research that we've conducted now, just over the last 2 years, we know exactly where this leads if that punished vulnerability continues as a pattern. That in order to transform a culture and increase psychological safety to high levels, there is a central mechanism, and that mechanism is to model and reward acts of vulnerability. Now, there are other things that we can do to enhance our culture, but this is the central mechanism and the core skill. Everything else is scaffolding. Everything else is secondary. There's no workaround. There's no shortcut. There's no back door for this mechanism. I want you to reflect on that. I want you to think about how vital this is. This is the mechanism. And based on the qualitative research and the quantitative research, it takes us back to this central mechanism for cultural transformation. So the question that we can ask ourselves is, are we modeling and then rewarding these acts of vulnerability that we engage in as we engage and as we work together every day? That's what it comes down to. When it comes to creating psychological safety, you either lead the way or get in the way. So with that, thanks very much for the opportunity to join you at the summit. And I hope that our time together has shaken loose some insights that will be helpful to you.